Today we are celebrating love. Hey Bestie, it's Lisa. Welcome or welcome back. There are so many different types of love that we can all celebrate it. I found this super cute wood sign at the Dollar Tree. It's actually 2 pieces. And then I've got this little canvas bag from the Dollar Tree, which we're going to cut out a heart from that. So you see how the 2 pieces come apart? I thought that was really clever. Now for our craft, we're going to end up putting them together. So I'm just going to fussy cut out this little heart that says adore in the middle. I thought it was a really pretty heart and that it would look really cute with this wood decor piece. And at first I thought I would keep that little clothespin on there that they have in the print, but I did end up cutting that right off. The easiest way to fussy cut, if you're not sure, is just to move the item around rather than moving the scissors, and that really helps control all those little fine cuts that you need to make. Now we're going to position it at the top of the right side of the darker heart. And I'm going to use the other one to kind of hold it in place while we glue it. I'm going to use some Beacon fabric tack glue. The reason I chose this is that it's clear for one thing, and it dries pretty quickly, but you can reposition. And I just didn't think hot glue was the best choice for this one. You could also use Elmer's glue. I don't think I would use a glue stick though. I feel like there were too many folds in this canvas bag that would have been hard to get it to lay flat. And with the moisture in the fabric tack glue, that also helps it to lay down a little bit better. I'm going to take my brayer, just roll over the top, try to make sure that it's making the best contact possible. And you can see there that it's hanging over the edge at the bottom. It doesn't fit exactly on there, but we're just going to put that on a mat upside down with a utility knife and just cut off the excess. Very, very easy. Now we're going to put the 2 pieces together, and I decided to glue them together because I don't want it to move around. You don't have to do this. It was just a preference that I had. So I'm just going to put some hot glue inside there, set it down, hold it together for a moment, and there you go. I've got a white rose and a red carnation, and I'm going to make them a little smaller by removing some of the petals from the bottom. It was a little big and covered the words. So this is a little trick. If you want to have a flower, but it's just a little too big, just cut off some of those petals. Now I'm going to take the flower, kind of squish it back together, and now you see it's smaller. I'm going to cut off the very back petal, or pull apart this flower and take off the very back petal, and I'm going to add it to the white flower with some hot glue. Just put it right through the hole, and then I will just glue the whole thing on, and that way I've got a little bit of red and white. I'm also going to cut a couple of leaves, put them on there, and then add the 3rd leaf back, but where I want it, because I don't want it to cover anything else up. Now, if I had smaller flowers to begin with, I would have used those, but at the moment I did not, and I thought this turned out so cute. It was extremely fast and easy. Honestly, this came together so quickly. I love it, and I hope that you do too, so let me know what you think. I found this super cute little heart. It says all you need is love, and the back side was blank, and we're going to make this a 2-sided heart. You know I love to do that. And I got this canvas bag again, and we're going to cut out 2 of the hearts. One that says love and one that says be mine on it. And I thought this would be a really cute combination to add to the back side of this little shelf sitter. Now once I cut them out, I will go around and fussy cut, just moving the heart around as I cut, and I will cut off those little clothespin pieces because we're not going to use those. At first, I thought I was going to use them, and then I changed my mind, so I will go ahead and cut that off. Have you ever seen these little canvas bags at the Dollar Tree? You know, it's one of those things where you might not think that you could just cut them up and use them for things, but I've done it in the past, and I do like the way it looked. Now I'm going to get the sticker off the back. This was one of those times where it just didn't want to come off, so I had to use my heat tool and a spatula and then some Goo Gone to get rid of the sticky stuff. I don't know what the deal was with this sign, but once in a while they just get really difficult. Anyway, we got it off. I'm going to use some burnt umber acrylic paint by Apple Barrel, and I buy those at Walmart. I'm just going to cover the back side only. Now I'm going to position the hearts where I would like them, and I'm going to use Beacon Fabric Tack glue to do that. I find that for these canvas pieces, this type of glue works very well because you can reposition it. It doesn't leave lumps behind, and it does have moisture that helps it kind of soak in a little bit and really stick to the surface. Now for the second one, I got smarter and I just put it on the back and then laid it down instead of trying to position it and go around the edges. Either way works. I just wanted to try both ways and see what I liked better. So I still needed to get in there and, add some more glue to it because it wasn't quite getting to the edges. But that's just because I didn't want to get it all over my hands when I picked it up. Now I'm going to use my brayer, roll all around it and make it best contact that I can. And then I'm going to put some Mod Podge over the top and seal this whole thing in. And I'll put it on the entire back side of this piece. I'm going to take some hot glue and a little bit of twine, and I'm just going to go around the edge of the heart all the way and just adhere that, and it'll be a nice little piece of trim. It will also make this side look a lot different than the other side, which is what I was going for. Now I'm going to take that same twine and I'm just going to make a little shoestring bow. I'm going to hot glue that to the very bottom, right where those hearts meet. And I'll also tack down the little tails so that they lay exactly where I want. I'm going to take this red ribbon. It had hearts on it, but the biggest heart was glittery and I didn't want glitter on this. So I just cut it out, turned it over, and hot glued it right to the center of the bow. And that's all there was to this. And now I've got a nice little two-sided sign. Let me know what you think. I really like how it turned out. I've had this Wi-Fi Sweet Wi-Fi sign in my stash for so long, I knew I'd eventually use it, and then I've got some window clings that were left over from a set I had already used. I'm going to go ahead and take the hanger off of this one. It comes off very easily and we can reuse it later. And I've got some pink vinyl. You can actually get this at Dollar Tree. This one might have been from Cricut. I just wanted to use whatever I had handy. And I'm going to cut out a piece to cover the bottom little part of the heart and then another piece to cover the top. We're not going to use this as a Wi-Fi sign, although it's very cute. I'm just going to use another large piece, cut that off, and then I will turn this over, put it on a mat, and with a blade, I'm going to cut off the excess. So what I like to do when I put the vinyl on or contact paper is just start on one side and then slowly pull off the backer paper and smooth it down. And often you can just lift it up if you get a little bubble and you can see it. And then I'll just finish all the way to the top and then I can cut off the excess. So I'm cutting off the bigger portion of it and then I'll go back in with that utility knife and get the fine edges. For some reason, my sandpaper was not doing a good job on this one. It might be because it was Cricut vinyl. It's a little bit thicker than Dollar Tree. I know with Dollar Tree you can use a sanding block to go ahead and just sand that right off the edges, but also the utility knife works just fine. It is actually a little bit faster. Now I'm going to take this cute little camper and I'm going to put it right in the center. I just think it's adorable. And whether you're into camping or glamping or whatever, it doesn't matter. This is just a cute little piece. And I'm going to put a couple of these little hearts on there as well that I had left over from one of the window cling sheets that I had from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take a white paint marker, and where the hashtag is, I'm going to write, I love you. I thought that was so cute to say hashtag, I love you. And I just took my time so that my writing was neat. And then there was a space at the end that just bothered me, so I drew a little heart and then I fill it in. And I just think it was a cute little addition, not necessary, but I just wanted to do it. Now I'm going to poke through where the holes were again, because obviously we lost it there with the vinyl over the top. I'm gonna make sure that the paint marker is dry using my heat tool. And then I'm just gonna put the hanger right back in because there was nothing wrong with it and we might as well use it. This was such an easy little piece to put together, and I just think it turned out adorable. You'll have to let me know what you think. I think that this would be fun to even do with kids or grandkids. I think they would really enjoy doing this. Let me know what you think. I got this really cute glasses case from the Dollar Tree, and it was very Valentine themed, and I bought it a couple years ago. I've also got this cute little mason jar that was actually from Dollar General, and I thought I really want to use this glasses case somehow. So I'm going to cut off the bottom. It was a little bit long for this particular mason jar, and then I'm going to make sure that it fits nicely. We're going to use it as a pouch to hold some pretty flowers that would look really nice around Valentine's Day. I'm also going to take off this little metal part of the mason jar. It's like the lid. And this thing was on there so well. The screws came off no problem, but it was also glued on and I didn't realize how much. So I was using the spatula and I pushed really hard and cut myself with the edge of it. Anyway, you'll see in a minute here, I'm going to have a little band-aid with some tape around it on my finger because, yeah, I cut myself. Anyway, I'm okay. Nobody else was harmed in the making of this video, just my finger. But you know, sometimes in crafting, it's an occupational hazard to hurt yourself. Anyway, I've got this Cricut vinyl. Again, you can use the Dollar Tree. It's a lot easier to manipulate. It's a little thinner. I'm going to cover the majority of the mason jar, and I'm going to use my brayer to just roll over the top and make sure there are no wrinkles or bubbles. I'm going to cut off the majority of this, and then I'm just going to go ahead and use a blade and get all the detailed parts around the edge on my cutting mat. Now I'm going to punch through where the screws were, and I'm going to hot glue that metal piece right back on and then add the screws in place and just make sure that the holes line up with where the screws are supposed to go. And then I'll put the screws right back in. I thought it was such a cute thing to have that metal lid on there, so I didn't want to lose that. Now I'm going to work with the little glasses case piece. I'm going to fold in the bottom and around the edges and hot glue it together because I wanted it to be sealed. You won't see the top, but you will see the bottom. And since I cut it, it needed something, you know, to kind of close it off and finish it up. So I'm going to use quite a bit of hot glue and just hold that in place until it dries. Now I'm going to hot glue this little pouch right onto the front of the mason jar. I'll do one side at a time because I want to hold it and make sure that it stays because the little glasses pouch was pretty thick. Got this really pretty Dollar Tree Valentine's Day ribbon. I'm just going to add a piece across the top to cover that unfinished edge. I'll cut off the edges that were left and hot glue down any little parts that were sticking up. Now we're going to take a piece of a mop head and I'm just going to hot glue it all the way around the edges because I thought this would look really cute to kind of frame this piece. I didn't like those unfinished edges on this one. Now I've got some beautiful flowers. Some of them were from Walmart, some from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to cut them, kind of fold the flowers themselves forward a little bit so we can see them, and then hot glue them into the pouch so it looks like a little bouquet. And I think it's so cute and pretty. I love it. I've wanted to use that glasses case for a while. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, and I'm sure there are many other things you could do with it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. What would you do with one of those little glasses cases? I bet there is something else that I'm not thinking of that would be so fun. I'm going to add some leaves to this as well just to add that green, and I think it turned out really cute. Just a fun little festive piece that you could make for Valentine's to add to your decor. So let me know what you think. Ready for more inspiration? Here's another video I think you'll really like. If you click on it, I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye!